Hey, so one of the things that I try to really stay up on is really good resources for kids. And so for us, one of the things that we try to do is we try to make sure that we have resources that they're not going to be hokey, that are going to communicate really good scriptural truth. And we've got kids that are at varying ages and attention spans. And so we uh, have just a wide range of stuff. And so I wanted to share in a couple different videos some of the stuff that we use at my house, and starting with some Bibles. So the very first one is one that is probably the most widely available, most well known. This is the Jesus Storybook Bible by Sally Lloyd Jones. You can find it just about everywhere. This has been real popular in our family. The It falls open pretty almost automatically to the David and Goliath story. The kids like that one a lot. My wife really, really likes this one. It's gotten a lot of use. This is actually our second copy. We read right through the covers of the first copy that we had. Um, it's not my favorite, but it is pretty good. Does a really good job of interweaving through a lot of the stories of the Bible that it's leading up to and all about Christ. And so this next one, not as well known, but really I like this one a lot. This is the Bible's Big Story by Jim Hamilton. Real thin, real small. We've used this with all three of our kids when they were really, really young, newborn, when we're first just sitting them down and beginning to read with them. And what it does is it's actually a poem, and it goes through the whole Bible, very short, very simple, but it does a really, really good job of presenting the entire Bible and the whole story of redemption really, really well. Even for all the kids, as they were too young to really like sit and participate in reading at night and things like that, as we'd go to put them to sleep. I'd have this memorized and just repeating this back to them. So really like that one. This next one I think is another fairly well known one. The Biggest Story by Kevin DeYoung. I really like this. It's presented really, really well. The illustrations by Don Clark are great. And if you're not aware, there's actually like about a 30-minute animated presentation of this that you can find online. Really good. With that, and this is more what I wanted to talk about with this. This is sort of a companion to that. It's The Biggest Story ABC, and uses a lot of the same illustrations, builds on a lot of the same language, but it's an ABC book, and it starts all the way with, in the beginning God created Adam and Eve, and it ends with, and one day we will live forever in Zion, the new world God is preparing for those who love him. And that was a nice thing as we moved from the simplicity of the Bible's big story to the Jesus Storybook Bible to the Biggest Story. These are a little bit longer, to then connect it to learning the alphabet. Just a good sort of progression there, which takes me to this one, the Gospel Story Bible by Marty Mikowski. This is for the oldest age group that I have here of these. They're obviously a little bit longer. There's interactive questions at the end of each one to make sure that there's comprehension of what's been talked about. It really goes through the most stories from Scripture, and it also has the most Scripture quotation. But yeah, there's links to all these beneath the video, and check them out. I think they're very helpful resources, especially if you have younger kids. And I'll be talking in another video about some other things, children's Bibles, that I recommend that I think are really good and helpful. So hopefully this has been a helpful video for you.